connection.
Alright, so boom. Alright.
Nah, what's good though?
Alright. Here is the first episode of the renewed ER podcast.
Now, we have no idea how this will go. You know what I'm talking? How we gonna do it?
Yeah, wait, how we
Come on, it's gonna be mad shocking. This is our first time doing this.
Yeah.
We have a live audience, no script. We're literally just here talking.
Straight yap.
Straight yeah, man.
Not all yap. We have a few questions. Little Q&A, little, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta get the
a
grub.
little bit of this, a little bit, you know, okay.
I don't know, that'd be too spicy. I'll put too much.
You said the pizza was spicy.
The pizza was spicy?
I'll put too much on that pizza.
All right, yeah. Fast forward.
Yeah, fast forward.
Um,
Alright, so the point of this podcast, we want to connect with our audience, which is you guys. And we're not here just to like share our opinions about crazy stuff. You know, what we, you know, why we think
no, what were you saying?
why we think we in Iran, you know, we should be cool. You know, it's not get political.
Not to get political, but we do want to speak on serious issues, some controversial, some not. So let's take this podcast about that.
Alright, we're gonna be going over these questions that we have from Google. Alright, the most asked questions about Muslims. Alright, so starting off, what is the difference between the words Islam, Islamic, Muslim, and Arab?
That's a great question.
You know the answer?
Of course.
Oh, what you got for us, bro?
What you saying?
Islam, no, that's the name of the religion. Islam. You know, it's not Muslim. You'd be like, you're practicing Muslim? No, but I'm practicing Islam. I am Muslim.
Tell them, dude.
Right? And Arab, I don't want to get racist, alright? But I'm pretty sure Arab is just like people who come from the Middle East, who step from the Middle East. I'm pretty sure.
Some North Africa.
Some North Africa. And they have a distinct look to them, I think.
Nah, hold on. No, that's the first
You're not seeing a black person. You're not seeing no black Arab, are you? Come on. What do you mean cancel? What do you?
You're him. Oh my god.
No, you're half though.
Okay, I'm half though.
Exactly.
But it's
No, it's
No,
not.
that's
it's unfiltered. It's unfiltered.
We call it Ummah Unfiltered because we're not cutting
Ummah
nothing
Unfiltered.
out. We're not cutting nothing out.
Thank you.
But on a serious
Except for
note,
Jabbar.
though, on a serious note, though, the Prophet ﷺ, he did say that there is no Arab greater than not Arab, no black better than the white, vice versa, all of that. So you might even go to an Arab country and see somebody, you're like, oh, Sankum, and they look at you crazy, and now you look like a fool. Whole time they're not Muslim, they're wearing a chain that has a cross on it, and now you're confused, right? And you're walking up and down, and people look at you, and you're asking them, where's the masjid at? And the whole time you're looking up, and it's a whole synagogue. So moral of the story is, like, just because you're Arab does not mean you're Muslim. It's not mutually exclusive. And just because you're not Arab does not mean you're not Muslim.
That's so cool.
Nah, you're so pro though. Aside from the this thing.
Almost everything you said.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Unfiltered.
3,000 years?
maybe they claimed it. Like, yeah. It was
It was promised to them.
Oh, that.
Knowledge, peace and
Yes.
Jews, Arabs.
Who asked that? That's not on the list. Yo, what the? Who asked
That's
that?
not on the list.
Wait, who
That's
said
not on the
that?
list though.
Who said that?
Was that the wind? Whoa.
Are we hearing things?
It's the wind, bro.
It's the wind.
Yeah. Alright, next question. What do Muslims believe about Jesus? Or as we call him, Isa alayhi salam?
Should you want to take this one away? Because you didn't answer the last.
Yeah. I saw boom right. Mary had a little lamb right. Chill. Alright. We believe that Jesus was a Messiah. Right. And you could fact check me. He was a Messiah. if some dude comes back claiming to be God, that's his job. That's not Jesus. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna cut somebody in half,
But he will come back.
he will come back.
It's
Jesus
because he
will
doesn't-
actually come back.
I was talking with some of my Christian friends. They believe the same thing too,
That he's gonna come back.
and the Antichrist. Yeah, it was really.
It's interesting, like, we actually share a lot of the same beliefs. It's just some of the core principles that's different.
Sure. But stuff about Jesus that we do believe in, that he, spontaneous birth, Mary,
He was a prophet. He didn't die, he was taken to heaven. And he's also going to come back. So,
You know, it's so funny when like, it's not funny, but like the Christians will try and come at the Muslims and talk about our prophet, and then they expect us to talk bad about Jesus, like we don't love Jesus.
That's
So
yeah,
they be like,
So, man, were you there when, remember I missed, y'all were debating, was it you? Or was it was Ismail and Ameen, right?
oh yeah.
They were debating.
I was there too.
You were there. So do you remember what happened, what they said?
Yeah, no, it was just a friendly, like, we were just trying to clear stuff up. It wasn't really even debating. It didn't get that heated because Ismail was just asking like questions.
But they couldn't answer it, though.
They couldn't answer for the most part. They said, but here was their reasoning. They said, you know, it's a religion, so it's a faith. So they don't try to look for the logic and everything. But like we were trying to tell them, but Islam has like the answers to the gaps in your holes. But they was like, no, the holes we just leave it to faith. Like we don't have to have an answer for everything, which is true. You know, you can't explain everything, but Islam had the answers though. So I mean,
It's funny because I have met people who were once Christian but converted, and they'll tell you like, oh, I used to ask the preacher, I used to ask the pastor, I'd be like, yo, for example, how can Jesus be God but he died but he was his son, this and that, obviously it's conflicting.
I mean, you can't answer it.
No, they don't, it's not that they can't answer it, I mean obviously they can, but they hit them with you just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. And then, you know, from that, at least from one question to another question to like now you're doubting your whole faith with just one question. Where Islam doesn't really have that. All our questions are answered.
Also, there's the thing about the Trinity. I saw one TikTok. It was some dude, he asked a Christian guy. He was like, if Jesus and God are, you know, one and the same, and they're omniscient, but they communicate with each other, what do they ask about each other? Like, what do they ask of each other?
Yeah. What's their relationship? See, look at us.
I just,
We just question it.
omniscience, it means you're all knowing, you know, like
Isn't it
Allah.
like you're in every
Isn't
place
that
at the same time?
omnipotent?
Omnipotent? I think that's
No, it's
I think
powerful.
omnipotent is all powerful.
yeah.
Oh, but Omni is like all, like Omni man, he's all the
Yeah.
power. It's really it's the syllables and the Latin words and the roots. It throws me sometimes. Like
Yeah.
triangle, tri is 3, like Trinity. Next
That was, what's up?
Alright, next Muslim. Whoa. Next question. And now this question is about to get deep. Can Muslims date? No.
Short answer, no.
Short answer. No. Technically
Short
speaking.
answer, they if it's the right way, they can, right? So, well, you're not.
Short answer, no. Long answer, yes, but I think we are.
But it's not really. You see,
But what
It's
about
not
the
really dating.
what about the supervised one?
Yeah,
that's not dating
that's-
though.
That is.
I mean, no, no.
You
it's-
go on
let's say
a
this.
you go on a date you go on a date like at a restaurant. It's supervised. They're asking marriage questions.
Yeah.
How is it not a
That's
date?
different. That's
I'm getting to know someone.
That's getting also say boom, right?
Is that not a
Is
date?
that-
You,
is
you're
not a
cooling,
date?
right? And you get the digits. You're gonna go on a date.
What are you talking about?
No,
Wait,
I'm not. Look, chill.
Where are we talking about digits?
Chill. Like I'm telling you, like an actual date, right?
Oh,
Okay.
digits.
Aunt's digits.
Okay.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about her digits. And you actually go on a date.
Nah,
right?
Baba's digits.
No. Chill. Let me explain this down. I mean, dang.
Like a beaver, like a beaver.
Like a beaver dam road. But nah, but seriously, like when you go and then it's just you two. First of all, when you're like with 2 people alone, the third person always says shaitan, obviously sorting that. That's what they said though.
That's what they said.
But like you're not gonna ask like actual questions about marriage. You're gonna ask like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Who's doing that?
It's like, come on, that's not what we're here to
The
talk
people
about.
that
But you gotta understand. There's some people who actually are looking to get married and will go on like the supervised date and will
Exactly.
ask the question.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't call it dating. I would call it like
It has to have its own word or
the
something.
marriage process. That's
That's kind of crazy. Though.
Because is it?
It is, but it isn't at the same
I mean,
time.
due to today's culture, calling something the marriage process, it sounds crazy.
It does sound. I get what you
sound
mean,
crazy.
but there's not really a word for it because I feel like if you say dating, it's like a negative connotation. I don't think that.
I see what you're saying.
Right. Speed it up.
Next question.
Next question, but like we're really getting to the thick of this.
We've only scratched the surface.
We're unfiltered.
Next question.
It's unfiltered, bro.
Next question, check.
All right, the big boss.
I can't see that far.
I'm not gonna line up.
No.
But seriously though, obviously,
There's a proper way to do it.
Yes.
You should approach the girl's father first. Don't go through the DMs unless you're trying to get the father's number.
I don't have any experience. My friend Suleiman is well versed in this type of stuff. You know.
Something has.
come here, Soleil, man. Come on, set. Come on, set. Big
Can we get a round of applause?
Can we get a round of applause for Soleil, man?
Big
Stop a chair. Stop a chair. All right.
Assalamu
Our next
alaikum.
guest. Oh, you want me to introduce yours? You can do it.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Suleiman. I'm these guys' supervisor, basically. Yeah, that's my
He
whole
called
job.
all the shots. He's the big S.
Big S,
The
man.
big coach.
Big Sule.
All right. So what
King
are we
Suleiman.
talking about? What are we talking about?
We are talking about whether Muslims can date. And we want your thoughts.
As somebody who's approaching that age, I'm not trying to approach that.
Nah, come back. Come back.
No,
Where are we going?
Oh my God.
So, did we lose our guest or not? Thank you, producer.
Okay. Production?
They said next question. Okay.
They want us to. We're
Wait, we call it shots. Whose podcast is this? Is this our podcast? It's our podcast.
Nah, but seriously though,
Don't. You're gonna regret it.
Don't do it,
No, you're gonna regret it.
especially if you think you can. That's the
Obviously-
shaitan.
I'll just say this. Allah has rules for a reason. And the rules that Allah has are infinitely better than anything we can come up with or that we can decide on. So the fact that, or taking the, like
Easy
doing
way out.
anything, easy way out, doing everything for the path of Allah, in the sake of Allah, for the sake of Allah, in the path of Allah, will undoubtedly lead to better righteousness and lead to a better future than whatever transient initial things you guys have or ideas that are going on right now. The plan of Allah is always better. But yeah.
Bouncing off of that, I remember something. In the Quran it says, with hardship comes ease. I realized that the opposite should be true as well. With ease comes hardship. If you take the easy way out, you're eventually gonna run somebody. It's gonna be a toxic relationship. The father hates you, the mom hates you, the family hates you, she hates you.
And remember, if you don't have the blessing of Allah, then how can anything have any blessing of Allah? Yep. I remember Sheikh was telling me, we can explain more, but I remember Sheikh was telling me, the barakah in every marriage and every relationship is like a balloon. And every time something haram, like before a marriage happens, it's like you pop that balloon. The barakah from Allah is not there. When that barakah is not there, how can a long-standing relationship truly be present? But take
Great input there, great input. Just exquisite, master.
Production.
Production.
Oh,
Wait.
production.
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 Production. Thank you.
Production. Anyways, next question. Should I be afraid of Muslims? If you look like this, oh no, no. No.
I mean, not too far off.
This is one of the best ones, though. One of the good ones.
Wait, hold on.
Well,
What does one of the good ones mean?
I mean that.
Okay, but what should you be afraid of? What is the reasons of their fear? You think?
In the terms that they were asking, or that
Yeah,
you
like
should
you
do
see
realistically?
Max Prestige. He got the beard. He has the thobe on. You know, and he has the kufi, the kafaya. Like, why would random Joe be afraid of him and run the opposite way and call the cops? Why is he gonna search that TSA?
Because of the culture ever since 2001.
the big one, bro. Ever since then.
It's been TSA.
It's like a narrative, obviously. I mean, we have that too. Whereas you look at some people and you're told to be scared of them. Like the whole ICE thing. Like I saw a clip where somebody got pulled over simply because they had an accent. And it's like, that's like not really how we should look at it. And for me personally, obviously my answer is not gonna matter much because I'm Muslim. But like, obviously you feel more comfortable around Muslims. I know it's like when I went into settings where it's not really as many or none at all, my personality like completely does a 180. Oh, look at the camera. But no, seriously, like, it's just more like, if you meet like an actual Muslim that's like gonna abide by their faith, they're gonna treat you with like the utmost respect, kindness, and all of that. So I say in general, Muslims should be good people, whether they are or not. That's a different story. But you shouldn't be afraid of Muslims just because of that soul stereotype.
And to piggyback off what you said a little bit,
I was like,
yo, when I am around, because I go to school, I don't go to an Islamic school, so I'm around different people all the time, and you'd be surprised. They're not afraid of me or anything. You'd be surprised what standard they hold me at. Like, if I'm doing something I'm not supposed to, the non-Muslims will check me before the Muslims. You know, they'll be like, oh, yeah, they'll be like, oh, don't say that, or oh, don't do this, or they'll tell me when prayer time is. I'll be like, damn, I thought I had 5 minutes, man. You over here telling me what usher is. I'm in the middle of class. So, you know, the world is kind of, I won't say the world, but the new generation, our new generation after 2001, Gen X, or Gen Z, I almost said Gen X. Gen Z, they're not really that much of afraid, and so most of them have a lot of respect and are actually really interested in Islam. So just do your best to communicate with non-Muslims, you know, try and say the right thing, because when I have a lot of conversations with them, I'm trying so hard not to spread fitna. Like I'm trying to look at my phone, make sure I remember the hadith that I'm talking about, because I don't want to give them the wrong message or the wrong impression. So I guess it's actually changing. They're not really that afraid anymore, unless you're probably like the person like Connor. Connor probably don't know better.
Yeah.
You know, so
Connor and Rachel, Western Maryland.
Mhm.
Nah, it's not like Connor.
Connor's not real.
I'm not gonna lie, Connor is stereotype.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it about.
I haven't seen
You think
Connor in
that's like
forever.
my second strike. I'm about to get canceled.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You might not be able to come back next
Well, yeah,
season.
I know Connor. Connor, I love you.
I think
I
Connor.
know
I
Maxwell.
like.
Maxwell?
Yeah,
Dan?
he's cool. No, not Dan. His name is Maxwell London. Yo, shout out Maxwell London, man. He's my guy. Why are you laughing?
What's so funny, father?
Nah, it's just like his name is a city. Like I never heard that before.
Maxwell's a city?
No.
London. Some people's last name is like, you know, like Grady, basketball player.
Okay.
Exactly. Like that's not funny.
But that. See, you can't use him as an example.
How can I not use him as an example?
Because we know his first name.
Okay. You know his first name too is Maxwell London.
That's not the same. Next question, bro. It's gonna be your question.
Next question. Are men and women treated equally in Islam?
Yes and no.
Okay. As for what Islam says to do, yes.
Yes.
They are
absolutely.
equal. As for how it is portrayed in the world in certain places, not exactly. You know, like in Islam, you have all the women have rights, the men have rights, and they're equal. You know,
Mhm.
the men come with certain rights that are to contribute to a family, that carry the weight as a father, as a provider, as a role model, and then the women, I don't know a lot, so I can't really speak on it. Yeah, but they have rights that balance all that out for the family as well.
I want to take a different and say that Islam actually acknowledges that we're like obviously we're not the same. Which
Yeah,
is
they do.
why, like it's not saying that we're equal. No.
No.
You're hyping it up.
No,
You're gassing it. Let me get
honestly,
to the point.
no, the
Let 'em
women.
let 'em cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he said, like they're given certain rights that we don't get. But that's not to say we don't have anything. Obviously,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, this is a crazy topic.
No.
Okay, I'm trying to say.
It's like it's all for the purpose of protecting the other gender.
Yes, like you can even say that it favors the wait. One of them. It favors one of them, you know. And I don't think and no Muslim man has a problem with that because they know they should fulfill their you should want to come home to a queen, you know, that's spoiled and that's getting everything. See, y'all didn't let me say what I was supposed to say, so now.
No, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, the woman, she's favored, and that she should be, you know, because she's taking care of your kids, she's doing what she's supposed to do. You're supposed to favor her. You're supposed to, you know, buy her stuff, not let her spend her own money, you know, pay the bills, all that stuff.
To be honest, if you love your girl, you're gonna do all that anyways.
Exactly. It's not even
Like regardless, like it's gonna be automatic.
Yeah.
Yo, why is the producer stressing out? I see your hands in head, bro. What's
Like,
behind
are we
Did we say
canceled?
something?
Let's be honest. Are we canceled?
Did we say
man?
something wrong?
Are we too unfiltered?
We're canceled.
What did we say?
All right, we'll open to the audience.
Yes, it's
for
fair.
questions.
It's
Well, we
fair.
have one more
They're
question,
treated,
right? We
they're
have
treated
one more.
equally.
One more question, then we're opening
What
Q&A.
about Mist? Like, is it we're gonna talk about Mist?
Talk about your experience.
Rose
In Mist?
Oh, we were supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
That could be the next episode. That could be the Q&A section of it.
Right now? After the question or before
Yeah.
the question? Or what are we doing?
This is my
Why do
first
some
time.
Muslims eat Chick-fil-A chicken, but some don't? I feel targeted. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
We're the wrong two people to be up there.
I think
Let's bring back our guest.
Yeah, that might have been a. Hey, Sully.
Let's get a silly man.
Big
Hey,
ass.
big
ass.
Y'all want to answer? I'll try my best to answer it. You know what I'm trying to say.
I don't. Yeah, you can answer it. I don't
It's,
answer
it's,
All right.
it's school of thought, right?
Yes. So as y'all know, there's different schools of thought, and the bigger complication comes where we don't live in like a Muslim country. So obviously, if you're gonna go like strict 100%, then it's even harder to abide by the book, right? So the law is that you can eat from the people of the book. That's like the saying that we all know. Now, the difference comes when some people are like, oh, can they really be the people of the book if they believe in the Christ? That's Trinitarian, they don't really believe in God, so are they really of the book if they've diverted from that? Whereas others are like, technically they are, it's like a different sect, and that just creates a whole different, a bunch of different branches of opinions. And,
Yeah. You want to go over like what actually makes something halal? Like, what is halal food?
The way he kills it.
So we kill you. Pray over it. We kill it.
Yes, it's not just the way you slaughter, because in Islam, like Islamic, like totally Islamic, referring to like other things. Islamically, the slaughter process is meant to bring as much peace to the animal as possible. It's supposed to be a painless death, so it's the fastest possible death, which is a quick slice across the throat, severing the carotid and jugular vein at the same time. That's the purpose of zabiha, right? We also say Allah's name over it. The Quran says, you cannot eat over which Allah's name is not mentioned. The name of Allah has to be mentioned over the food, over the animal you slaughter. But that's just the zabiha. You can also talk about the treatment of the animal before its death. It has to be raised in a respectful, humanitarian manner. That is consistent with the laws of Islam. We know about the laws. We know about what Allah says in the Quran and in the tradition about how we treat animals, right? The story of the man who gave the dog water and was promised Jannah, for example, right? So we know halal means the treatment of the animal, not just the slaughter process. Yeah. But
how many of this?
But also, because what kosher does that's the Jewish way of killing. Like they do it, the slaughter process, right? But they don't say Allah, like
yeah. Okay, so I was actually talking to like a couple of my Jewish friends, like at UMD, and he was telling me like he was telling me, I was like, oh, how do you do kosher? How similar is it to Islamic way? And he said, oh yeah, we say the name of God once at the beginning of the day, and then we slaughter everyone, all the animals under the same, and then like they said they did that. But yeah, we can move on to the next.
That's
next
very
project.
interesting. Thank you for that.
So, yeah, I think that answers why. Now we have two things. We can either go over our
Mist
mist experience.
See our mist signing out? Or no?
No, no,
yeah,
no.
you gotta talk about it. You gotta-
Wait,
Is there more? Then there's Q&A. There is more episodes.
Yeah, there will be tons more episodes, right, guys?
No, actually.
But for our last,
I'm a
thing-
special guest.
very special.
I'm not gonna be on here again.
All right. So now he gonna be back next episode.
She said, thank God.
Oh, so funny.
Joke.
But for our last thing,
And Nashville.
can we go over our missed experiences at regionals? How do we feel?
I could take it away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boom.
Well, actually, why not just the whole missed experience?
That's a whole podcast in and of itself, bro.
That is a lot.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
Can't y'all save that for another episode?
Yeah, let's just talk about what was your role in this year? Like, what do you guys?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what my role is. I gave a PowerPoint to them. If you told me that like 6 months ago, I don't know what I would have done to it. But, you know, I just like, I try to be as creative as possible, as engaging, trying to keep everybody entertained, I guess. No, I just got confused.
Whoa.
Nah, but yeah, like, basically, I'd say like I'm kind of the fun part of the team, and me and Shay collaborate a lot on that. I did that. Let's cross my books.
What does Miss mean to you, guys?
This mean Muslim interscholastic sports tournament?
Alright.
Sports tournaments.
Family feud eye.
Interscholastic, yep.
Interscholastic is
Bro, you only
two
do
different
sports,
words.
so I guess, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's your sport.
What about the community? How
Huh?
does it
The community is great. My role at Miss, wasn't really that big. You know, I just tried to help out. You're him, Sammy. You know, I just tried to help out as much as I could in certain stuff. But I was really just here to play basketball. Ended up meeting a lot of cool people. So that's pretty
cool, yeah.
Sammy, wait till
Is
I
this our segment? Interview the guests about their Miss experience?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. So, what actually brought you into Miss? Actually, how did you know about it? Or why did you
I
join?
remember vividly. It was Ramadan, and I was at DCA. I was with Mansu and Dawood, and Dawood needed three. Dawood needed three for a tournament. It was a Muslim tournament, as MLA or something. We went. I don't know what it's called. MLS.
Yeah.
We played the tournament. It was like 3 a.m. He's like, "All right, I got something else I want you to play in." I'm like, sure, why not?
Wait. So we invited you to that. Did you know anyone in this room at that point in time?
I knew
Anyone right here?
No, nobody in the
No one. You didn't know a single one of us 3 months ago. Wow.
I think we played.
Yeah,
We
that was
played
it.
basketball once. but
No.
I
Did I play? We played
I
with
played
during
against-
Ramadan. I didn't.
I played
I seen Omar, I seen Khalid, and I seen Abby.
So this is like a Miss created a new community for you, really.
Yeah, a whole different
different
that I just
vibe
wasn't a
and
part
stuff.
of.
Just, yeah. Wow.
I just wasn't really part of it.
I think that's your biggest takeaway then.
Yeah.
Nah, that brotherhood is really something
Crazy, man.
It's like really like a whole new friend group that I've created. It's crazy. Like we really do everything together now. Like the 7 hour half.
Bro,
Oh yeah,
You
I told
we
you
wanna
about
talk
that.
about-
Yeah, I told you about that.
does the name David Chang ring
Does
in
David
anybody's-
Chang ring a bell? Why'd you laugh?
Yeah. Any geek smiles? Y'all know David
Y'all
Chang?
know about
by
David
chance?
Chang?
David Chain.
Yeah. No?
You sure? Positive? He North Korean.
Mm-hmm.
For the
No, I know
bottom.
that he's Korean.
Sammy, do you know anything about a David Chang?
You sure?
Nothing?
You're not making eye contact.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Why? Is he like some guy locked up in North Korea?
No. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, free North Korea. But
Free North Korea is
Is
great.
it North or is it South? Which one is?
nice.
Love said not get
But you know what's crazy? Because we were on a call and I found out. Like I thought like they spoke North Korean and South Korean. It turns out they speak the same. Why y'all laughing, guys?
Holly, you
I just
said
didn't
what?
know. I just didn't know.
Why y'all laughing?
You got a name.
I did get her name.
Khalid, what
I was
language
practicing.
people
I was
from Portugal
practicing.
speak?
You said what?
I almost,
language
I thought
do
she was
people from
Canadian
Portugal
earlier.
speak?
I almost forgot.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Portuguese. And it's funny because they speak down in Brazil too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They don't speak Brazilian?
You know why
That's
they
what I
speak
thought
that?
too, for the
You
longest.
know why they speak that in
They
Brazil?
got revolutionized.
Why would they
Colonization.
be- Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a topic. But nah, seriously though, we were on
They
a
got
7.5 hour call. It ranged from 9 a.m.
What were
to-
y'all watching? What were y'all watching? Just out of curiosity.
Huh? You're David Chang.
No.
No, you're David Chang.
You left the call when we started
You're David
watching that
Chang.
show.
Uh-huh.
I mean that podcast.
that podcast.
Because I work
We're
at
going
6
off
a.m.
the
It
rails
was
real
2
quick,
a.m.
guys.
No, it didn't.
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
Wait, back to the Miss experience. Alright, so boom, right? Miss is nice. You know what I'm saying? I came in the Miss, some November-ish. It was a whole new zone. Not gonna lie. Like I didn't even hear Mist before like October, and then
I was a senior, by the way. First and last year.
sadly.
Yes. All of y'all, actually. First and last year here. That's. No,
Sammy's a comedian now.
Producer's going crazy.
But
Like,
back I got into Mist November. I knew 1, 2, 3 people here. I knew 3 human beings here, and one of them I hadn't seen since I was 11.
Master.
Bro, Monster was my guy, bro.
Monster is unironically everybody's like they relatable person. Like, oh, you know Monster? I know Monster.
Everybody know Monster.
Everybody know Monster.
Oh, Mom, you talking about
Hey.
Monster. That's how they always talk about. Like
Shay.
nobody ever
She
really
has
knows
to say
Monster,
Monster.
and then they know it.
What you?
Which is like
You still got beef with Monster?
what?
Like you. Can
I just said she,
A
like,
problem with
nobody
Monster
cares.
is a problem with me, bro.
Oh my god.
Ain't nothing happened.
Alright,
There was a bug. There was a small fly near me at Shake's face, bro. I promise.
No,
Bro, it was a bug, bro.
Alright, let's wrap it up.
But,
Alright.
bro.
Miss signing off.
Oh yeah,
No.
Like switching environments from only like almost no Muslim friends to a bunch of Muslims was actually life changing. Like I don't recognize the person that I was before I got to this. I'm for real. Shout out to everybody I met on the way here. Y'all have changed me for the better, and like I appreciate every time I get to come to this environment, cause Mist, I'm not gonna bring Mist. Like I before Mist, I was in Dem Raider Boys. If you know Dem Raiders, they are a step team, and really they like that team. It changes you, but it doesn't change you spiritually. Like it gets you out of your shell, sure, and it gets you strong, a little buff. You know, I miss my APAC, but you know, it makes you loud, and then like you lose a lot of barriers that you hold yourself to. But then I came to Mist, and I realized I had broken a little too many barriers. You know, I had to reel back a bit and like really find a better place spiritually. And it was literally just by changing your environment. Like purifying your environment helps you purify yourself. And shout out to everybody that did that. I appreciate it.
You know, that's a beautiful
Shake, does
way
that
to
mean you
end.
coaching?
Just to
Does that mean you coaching next year?
Am I coaching?
You're
so funny, bro.
That's such a beautiful way to end.
No, it's
Nah,
one of your
but
coach on.
just to piggyback off that though, in a similar way.
You said what?
For me, it's different. What happened?
Sorry, continue.
Why is it all?
No, we gonna see you after the show, bro.
After the show, but nah, like for me,
The audience.
I had wanted to do Miss for like a long time, and like I guess it just was never the right time. But like I feel like I joined at like the perfect time in so many ways. Like the people I got to meet, and like
Oh, I
why
see.
you
Oh, Sammy.
Sam,
Why
why you
you
laughing?
used to be kicked off.
Hold on, what's our time?
Oh,
right
what
now?
time
Seducer is
But
it?
no,
We're at 2
seriously
hours.
though, like at first it was
I
like
feel like 12 minutes.
it was like yo, like I gotta wake up and like come to a meeting at like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Like I'm trying to enjoy my Saturday. But now it's like one of the things that I look forward to every week for real, because like you know like there's like similar to this, there's no script, bro. Like we go to a meeting and like, I couldn't tell you what like we're gonna do. I can't tell you what we're gonna do next week. But that's the fun in it. Like we get to be as creative as possible. Shout out to the coaches, they let us do that, because I know a lot of other teams, they're really restricted in what they can do, what they can post. We really have free reign, which is a blessing.
Well,
So,
Not free.
Not free reign, though.
Not
Not free
free
reign. Not free reign.
I'm gonna chat a couple more.
You said what?
I've had some arguments in that chat.
Nah, it's not
That-
all
that's-
perfect, but
that's-
that's,
that's
part of
normal
the
in the family.
part of the journey, though. It's part of the journey.
We're a big old, you know, Miss family. Yeah.
Your
Anybody have anything else? Because if
I
not,
can
we
say
can do the
something real
Q&A.
I relate to what Shik said, you know, when he was in the Raider Boys. When I was playing basketball, all the time I had to be aggressive. I had to be mad at the world. Cause if I got on the court, I'm being so
gang?
serious.
No, I
The
know.
whole day I was
Disrespect
mad.
is- disrespect
My
is-
team buns, right? So
They watching right
I'm
now.
coming off. I don't care. I'm coming off the but they notice. I'm coming off the bus. I'm going off the bus mad. I'm getting double teamed and triple teamed and full court press the whole day. I go to school the next day. We have another game. Why? I don't know why my AD did that. My athletic director. So we go to another game. I'm even more mad. Bro asking me before the game, yo, you look mad, the game ain't start yet. Game ain't start yet. I'm like, bro, watch out. Watch out, right? The game starts. I can't be soft. I can't be relaxed. Because if I do, the second I do, some 6 foot, 200 pound, whatever is gonna come at me full speed and grab the ball straight out of my hands. Or he's just gonna foul me. Right? So I gotta be strong, I gotta be mad, aggressive, and I just gotta be physical the whole game. I get done with the game, I'm bruised up. It affects my whole personality. Like at some point, like junior year, I was just mad. I was talking to people crazy. I wasn't talking to them OC. I wasn't talking to them like. I wasn't talking to them like extremely like mad, right? But I would have these moments where like I'd be just mad at people for no reason, right? And my anger really came from not being around and being in an environment where I had to be aggressive all the time. Because if I didn't, then somebody would just push me over, and they just, or if I didn't, yell at my teammates or something like that, somebody else would just yell and just beat them up or get the ball from them or something like that. So I had to fight. So now that I'm in an environment, I got people where I can finally be relaxed in. I can like when there's prayer, I'm not just praying by myself or at home with my siblings. I have a whole group of community praying with me, reminding me of what I'm supposed to do. I'm able to calm down and really learn a lot of lessons before I go to college. So like what Sheikh said, also helped me in that part too. And I'm really grateful, and I'm trusting in Allah's timing. It really helped me get right from leaving that.
Right before college? Allah, you really did it, bro.
Thank you.
My job was right after
Ramadan.
Nah, bro, they don't know, bro. We can. That's a whole nother episode, like playing sports and then balance everything. You with the step team. That's something else, but we don't have time for that. Anybody have anything else?
Not nothing weird.
I just want to say, I really
Audience, since y'all want to be back there.
Y'all laughing, giggling the whole time. Now you have anything to say?
Yeah,
funny.
Questions?
really.
Sammy, you had a lot to say. Like
No comments.
Yeah, Sammy, you have questions?
You want to laugh at Jabril, right?
That's my question.
Nah, I knew I wasn't laughing. Don't try
Nah,
to
she
put me
was.
and her at odds.
Yeah,
It's
she-
Miriam. Miriam, I got. It's her. That's the problem.
Today.
She was
But like
laughing.
before we go, it's like bothering me. Like you gotta talk about David Chang.
Oh no, who is David Chang?
Okay, so
David
alright,
Chang, when I
So
find
we
you.
were in the call, right? The 7.5 hour call, and at one point when Sammy left,
I left because I work. Something y'all don't got.
Work.
okay.
You said you want to do the dishes, Sammy.
Yeah, after that I went to sleep because I work at 6 a.m. and it was 2 a.m. and y'all watching something.
What were you watching?
I was up
I don't
at
know,
2 a.m. in a group meeting.
We were discussing stuff.
Yes, we were practicing for the podcast.
Yeah, man.
But no, the point is, as soon as Sammy left,
Go to
as soon
5
as,
p.m.
no, the world needs to know about this, bro. David Chang, I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna find you.
Don't stop hiding.
And you
Hide
hide
forever.
forever.
Ricky, when I catch you, it's up. It's over. But not seriously. He joined and he started typing Korean in the chat.
Oh,
And- yes.
So we going to the coaches.
We're gonna tell the coaches. What's it that you're gonna tell the coaches?
Yeah, we was on our best behavior.
Wait, somebody
And
randomly
fake-
joined y'all Google
yes.
Meet?
And fake demon because they didn't even say nothing to no coaches.
Exactly.
If you're really about to stand on it, is it
Bro,
not
go
clocking
say
to you?
say it right now.
Calling out to you.
Wait,
Go
that's
ahead.
actually so crazy. Somebody named David Chang. Oh, they
Yeah,
joined
that's
the
the-
group. What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
Join the group.
But it had to been in
So that
social
was just
media.
somebody from the mess group, 'cause how they
No, it had to have been somebody that was in the call because
Yeah.
we didn't share the link with nobody.
Yeah, and also they said an extra detail. They said something about Mansour needing to go cut grass.
Yeah. So they,
And
that was
that
a
was
conversation.
So it was one of you guys.
But didn't
No,
he actually have
he
to
would-
cut grass?
We don't know if that's actually his job or not. We think
It's not his
Oh,
job.
that's the joke y'all been
Yes,
telling
that's
us.
not the job. That's not his
That's the
job.
joke y'all
bro.
been saying.
Mansour has a great income. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma barik, mashallah. David Chang, though, what's up? What's up with you, David?
We'll find you, David.
Anybody have any questions?
We'll find you, David.
No?
Any questions?
Any comments?
Concerns?
Noah?
All right.
Well,
I guess.
Maybe that was the next.
Oh, yo, not gonna lie. We need you next. We need you next episode again.
That was
We
crazy.
need you next episode again.
We do?
Yes.
I thought this was your show.
No, it's not.
Huh?
I thought this was his show.
Nah, bro, I'm on the side. Nigga. I mean, bro, I'm.
Let's wrap it up.
Cut that. No,
Shake, you're
I
not-
messed up my
Shake, this
food,
is your
bro.
show.
I'm not worried.
It's my show.
Is this my show?
What show is
This
this?
is Sule's
I
show.
think it's his
This is an ER Miss podcast. Catch you guys next week. There you
That was
go.
fun, bro.